I did get conned once. And I was like, it was a good CD though.
Intimidation. Like, and another thing that it reminds me of, I remember I saw Justice Crew busting at Fish Street, and there was this one guy that he was the designated hustler dude. Because there's one going around doing this. Because I know you feel obliged once you're standing there watching, and if no one comes up to you and go, take some money, like put some money in, you're not gonna do it. You're on the fence. When someone goes up to you, you're like, okay, I feel obliged, look, and then you do it. Yeah.
It's needed.
Yeah, it's needed. So when you guys go busking, you need a designated hustler dude.
One with the biggest mouth, you know. And busking, I think, goes through different stages and cycles as well, because it's also fame factor. Now, if he got out there, he probably wouldn't have to try that hard and talk to people. Nacho, you wouldn't have to talk that much. And they go, oh, he's the guy from TV. Oh, yes.
Sort of putting money in my pocket.
Really?
Still got to talk to him.
Oh my gosh. Because the thing is, when that Michael Jackson Bad video came out, like prior to that, Roger still is really, really talented and still performing in New York out on the streets. But most of the reason they give the money, and he doesn't have to talk to them at all, is because he was in the Michael Jackson Bad video. People, oh, you're that dude from... And it doesn't matter what he's wearing and what he's actually doing. Oh, you're the dude from the Michael Jackson Bad video. Oh, we had people screaming, standing on top of each other, climbing poles. At one stage it got so crazy, they were wrapping $20 notes, you know, a coin in a $20 note and throwing it at us. I got hit in the head one time. It was just, yeah, it was crazy. But he did have the lead-up time where he was talking to them. And initially, back in those days when he started busking in New York, you didn't talk to people back then. And I'm talking about 70s. He said the main problem was that the police would, they didn't want you there, so they would confiscate your stuff, and you'd only have a limited period of time to perform, get the money and get out, and you had lookouts at opposite ends of the street. Oops, sorry. You had lookouts, and they would tell you the police are on their way, so you'd have to grab your stuff and go, otherwise they'd take your stuff. And here in Australia, when he first started, that also was happening here. But then there was a big expo in Brisbane, and there was a whole lot of street performers there, and he learned from them you have to talk to people. And then everything changed overnight. It was fantastic, you know. And we didn't actually physically have to pick up the bucket and take it to people at first. But it just depends. You have to watch and observe. What are these people doing or not doing? Okay, if they're not giving the money, then get out there and do that and talk. Yeah.
Ooh, so that took longer than I thought. The money. So the next thing we're talking about is like, it's kind of transitioned pretty well, is how can we expose as a community to kind of, I guess, potentially more exposure to more gigs, more wherever, more people. Question?
No, I was going to say about that. So I work for an event company, so we look for entertainment quite often. And what I noticed is that what you guys do is quite amazing. You guys have specialties in different kind of like themes. And with a lot of events, there's a lot of things, and you guys have that talent to be able to incorporate that. And a lot of events have like meet and greet factors, which is only like a 45-minute set. But to be able to like, you know, publicize yourselves, to be able to show what you guys can do. So even though you say you're poppy, a lot of industry people like event
true.
Yeah, I've got, sorry, my first written down CV, if you will, has got the list of all the different little, I don't know whether they're called styles or dances within themselves. Miming's not a dance, miming is something that you do. But the thing is, yes, I've got a full list on my very old CV that's done with a typewriter, because I'm that old. I felt it was really important that people knew that I wasn't just a pop-up, which is great, man. And I'm definitely not the greatest one. I've just been doing it a long time. But yeah, I put popping, waving, ragdoll, mannequin, 3D? I don't know. Do I do 3D? I don't know. Sometimes I don't know all the terms, because when I started, there were no Americans over here telling me, you know, the names of all the stuff. It was, from what I remember, New Zealanders and Samoans, and they were the first people I saw doing this stuff. And no one